So what was this stuff? Some say it might have been meteorite, but a meteorite just streaks across the sky and flashes and is gone. It's predicted it might have been a comet. Scientists look back. They find that in 11 BC, Halley's Comet was seen. We know that Jesus was born during the reign of Herod, and Herod probably died around 4 BC. Could it have been a nova or a supernova? We know of 4 supernovas that would have been visible, but none around this time. But around 7 BC there was a triple conjunction of planets, Jupiter and Saturn. A conjunction of planet means certain planets move closer to each other and, almost are in the same path, certain degrees apart. These planets met 3 times. All 3 meetings of these 2 planets occurred in the constellation Pisces. Constellations are groups of stars visible from Earth that form a distinctive pattern and have a name linked to their shape. This particular conjunction occurs once every 900 years, Jupiter and Saturn. It's interesting to note that the constellation Pisces has long been associated with the Hebrew nation. With this triple conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in 7 BC, the first conjunction occurred in late May, 2nd in September, and the 3rd in early December. Although the 2 planets never came closer together than about 2 diameters of the moon, and therefore could have hardly been seen as a single star, these events would have had great significance to the trained astronomer of the time. Jupiter was known as the planet of the kings, and Saturn as the protector of the Jews. In February of 6 BC, a massing of 3 planets occurred, again in the constellation Pisces, when Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn came within 8 degrees of each other. This event occurs only every 800 years, and again would have had great significance to the astronomers of the time. Then in 6 BC there was a conjunction of Jupiter and the moon in the constellation of Aries, which a Roman astrologer believed heralded the birth of a divine, immortal, or omnipotent person. However, these astronomical events, exciting as they were, pale in comparison to the event of an 18-month period during the time between 3 and 2 BC. This was one of the most remarkable periods in terms of celestial events in the last 3,000 years. It also started on the morning of June 12th, 3 BC, when Venus could be sighted very close to Saturn in the eastern sky. Then there was a spectacular pairing of Venus and Jupiter on August the 12th in the constellation Leo. Ancient astrologers associate Leo with the destiny of the Jews, and some associate it with the line of Judah, or the tribe of Judah. The constellation Leo was considered the head or chief sign of the zodiac. It was thought to be ruled by the sun, the chief star of the heavens. It was considered the royal constellation, dominated by the star Regulus. Leo was considered the beginning zodiac sign for the astrological year and was thought to denote royalty and power for any of the planets found within it. To the early Israelites, Leo was a constellation of great astrological significance and considered a sacred part of the sky. A very close conjunction of Venus and Jupiter would have been visible as a bright star in the eastern dawn sky of the Middle East from about 4 in the morning to about 6 in the morning on August 12th, 3 BC. Venus ultimately vanished into the glare of the sun, but Jupiter and Leo remained in the night sky during the next 10 months between September of 3 BC and June of 2 BC. Jupiter passed by the star Regulus in the constellation of Leo. Jupiter then reversed itself and passed Regulus again. Jupiter then turned back and passed the star a third time. This was a rather remarkable series of events, since astrologers considered Jupiter the kingly planet and regarded Regulus as the king star. Plus, this was all taking place in the royal constellation of Leo. Also, the sun was in the constellation of Virgo during this time. Virgo is considered the Virgin constellation. So what we have here is the royal planet Jupiter in conjunction with the royal star Regulus in the royal constellation of Leo, while the sun is in Virgin. Then during June of 2 BC, as Jupiter and the stars of Leo began to sink into the western evening twilight, Venus began to return to this same region of the sky for an even more spectacular encore. On the evening of June 17, 2 BC, Jupiter and Venus appeared even closer together than they did in the dawn skies of the previous August. As the planets slowly descended toward the horizon, they got closer and closer together. Viewing them from Earth, they would have looked like one brilliant star.